Alright guys, welcome back to another LorcanaGoat video. We are in the second round of a paid tournament. We are on the draw, and we're going to ink the Stitch, the Mickey Mouse, and the Mufasa. We're playing our Mufasa deck again. This might be one of the last times we play it. And in this match, I will spare you the surprise. We're playing against Jafar, a whole new world combo. They're going to ink the Maleficent. I'm going to draw the Pongo. I'm going to ink a Pongo and play a Kita, and then I'm going to pass the turn. They're going to ink their Cusco. They're going to play a Merlin Squirrel. So this is definitely a unique take on the deck, I suppose. I draw a Bare Necessities. I already have one in my hand. I will get in there with Kita. I'm going to ink one of my Bare Necessities, maybe. However, it's really good in this matchup, as he runs a whole new world. He runs Grab Your Swords and all sorts of other removal, so maybe I might hold on to it. I decide to ink the Wendy Darling and play the Mother Gothel. I don't know, maybe I should have just played the Wendy Darling there. Not sure. He does have plenty of removal for this Gothel, so that could have been a mistake in retrospect. However, I really like just playing out the Gothels, especially when I have Rapunzel in my hand. I don't get cute with it, and I think it's better that way. To just try to hit the turn 4 Rapunzel on Gothel when you can. All right, he plays a Yzma. So this deck looks like it's just like all out trying to get the combo. I'm just going to turn my heat off. April and it's still freezing. All right, so I drew a Hades here. I'm going to ink one of my Bare Necessities. I'm going to play a Dock, and I'm just going to pass the turn. So I'm pretty much saying I have a Rapunzel in my hand. Stop me if you can. My opponent is sinking long enough for us to take a sip of water. And they are going to play the Prince with Bodyguard. And I guess they're going to get in there with Yzma. They're going to ink Chernabog's Followers. I'm going to ink the Stitch. We're going to play the Rapunzel. We should probably play the Rapunzel here. I don't know what I'm thinking about. All right, we quest. We play the Maui. We're going to wait on the Rapunzel. We're going to kill the Prince. And then we're going to get in there with the Mother Gothel, I guess. Yeah, sure, why not? Now, the reason for this is because we have the Maui, and we can just Rapunzel the Maui. I wanted to get his guy off the board. I didn't really mind it. So we can hold the Rapunzel if we want. He decides to get in there with Yzma. I imagine my play last turn confused him. He probably thinks I don't have the Rapunzel because of the play that I made. All right, I'm going to kill his Yzma with Maui. Now I'm definitely going to Rapunzel. And then I have to Bare Necessities him to try to get rid of the whole new world that may or may not be in his hand. He does have the whole new world. He has 2 Jafars as well. So his combo is in hand, but now he just has 2 Jafars and no whole new world. So we're going to get that whole new world out of there. He is in trouble. Plus we were on the draw this game, so that is fantastic for us. We are going to quest with the Dock. We will get rid of Kita, and then we'll pass the turn. So Bare Necessities in this deck, I think at this point, is a must. There are just so many whole new worlds and Be Prepareds flying around. And it's one of your only lines of defense against them, other than for them to not curve out and for you to curve out. I mean, you can beat So you can beat the blue-red tomato deck if they don't Fishbone Quill on turn 3 and be prepared on turn 5, but they usually do. So you need the bare necessities at this point, especially as that deck is sort of gaining popularity. Alright, he's going to kill my Mother Gothel, I think probably a turn too late. He's going to play a Jafar, and then so he still has a Jafar in his hand. We draw a Maleficent, and that usually ends up getting inked, and that's where it ends this time. We're going to play 2 Minnie Mouses. We know his hand. He doesn't really have anything, and now we're going to pass the turn. He's going to draw his card. And I imagine he's going to play Jafar. I wonder if he's drawn into another whole new world here. It's very possible. There is the Jafar. But he does not have a whole new world. And he just quests. We're going to kill his prince with our Maui, because that's what Maui does. He just kills things. We're going to play a Mufasa, just in case he does have some sort of board wipe. And now he has to somehow end the game here, which I don't think is possible. He can whole new world into a whole new world. And that's still 1 short. So he's just going to quest with Jafar. We're going to draw a Stitch, and we're going to kill him. Alright, so that's game 1. Alright, now we're back for game 2. We are on the draw once again. It's best of 3, so that's what happens when you win. You generally end up on the draw the next game, unless for some reason your opponent would choose to go on the draw, which would never happen in Lorcana. We have multiple bare necessities. Again, this card is good in this matchup, but we're going to get rid of one of them. We're going to get rid of a Mufasa, and we're going to keep the rest, which I like. Wendy Darling isn't so bad here. He inks a Befuddle. We didn't see that card last time. He plays Rafiki. Now my Wendy Darling is not so great. So we can ink a Maui, or we can ink a Wendy here, or we can ink a Minnie Mouse, because we have 3 3-drops, and we're going to want to play the Doc, I feel, to get to the Maui. So I'm okay with the Minnie Mouse ink. We could ink the Maui as well. Seeing as his Jafar is evasive. He has a Baboom for my Kita, and he's going to quest with Rafiki. Now we can probably just get rid of this Wendy Darling if we want to. I think getting rid of Wendy Darling and just playing bare necessities is probably not a bad play. We get rid of the Mother Gothel, and we are going to play the Wendy Darling. I think I probably should have just played bare necessities there, looking back on it. Sure, you kind of want to hold it the turn before that they can be prepared. He can't shift Jafar until he has 5. He just played a Jafar. But I think my turn was just way better just playing the bare necessities. Because I can't attack with Wendy Darling anyway. I mean, I can, but it's just dead. It lets us Maui. I mean, I understand what I was thinking. But bare necessities there was way better. So he's going to kill my Wendy with his Rafiki. And that's going to set up my Maui play, which was what I was doing, but I wish that I bare necessity. So we're going to get rid of a Maui, go in with Maui, and we should probably kill his Jafar so he can't shift a whole new world next turn. I don't care if he trades out for the Doc, because we already have enough ink. The big turn with Doc is playing him turn 3 and being able to Maui or Mufasa on turn 4. He's not really necessary outside of that. We do have some big drops in our deck. See now, so here he Whole New Worlds, and I could have got that. He had 2 Grab Your Swords in his hand. I mean, we redraw a whole hand, but we drew 7 very bad cards, and if we had just got his Whole New World there and left him with 2 Grab Your Swords and nothing else, empty board, 2 Grab Your Swords, I don't think he could win this game. And now, like, it's still going to be hard for him to win this game, as he cast a Whole New World and I get to go first. But the 7 that I drew off Whole New World was not good. And if the 7 that he drew off Whole New World is good, then we're kind of in for it. So he plays a Simba. He draws some discards. He inks. He plays Yzma. So now he's going to cycle through his deck here. And I'm strongly regretting not playing that Bare Necessities on turn 2. So I'm going to draw 2 with Rapunzel. But if he has another Whole New World, I mean, it's all for naught. We're going to get in there. We're going to play Wendy Darling and pass your turn. One thing we do know is that 2 of his Grab Your Swords are in his discard. So he's probably not going to be Grab Your Swordsing. He plays Yzma on top of his Yzma, and then he's going to draw 2 off Simba. He inks the Prince. He plays Chernabogs. And he plays another Jafar. And at this point, I'm kind of worried. He gets in there with Yzma, which makes me think he has a Whole New World in his hand. And he's just trying to get... we played a Rapunzel there. We shouldn't have. But all our cards were like high casting cost. So like we couldn't play like a double anything. And even now we can just play like Kida. I mean, we can play Minnie Mouse. But he can, in theory, actually just kill me next turn. So we will see what happens. Alright, so there's a Jafar. He's going to ink the Prince. He's going to sing a Whole New World. He's going to go up to 12. Chernabog and draw. Goes to 14. And we have 9 lore. So we can only go up to 19 next turn. So this game is looking very, very bad now. And we had him beat. We had him absolutely beat with just 2 Grab Your Swords and a Whole New World in his hand, and we had the Bare Necessities, and we didn't play it. But I guess in my defense was he didn't have a Jafar. I didn't think he would just play a Whole New World with 2 cards in his hand and just like hard casting it. But he did. And it worked out for him. And I should have just taken it anyway, because that was like his only real chance there. But now I can't do anything here. It's just kind of over. We have to hope that he just like can't draw cards, I guess. But yeah, I'm sure that he can. We're an ink away from the Maleficent. A turn away, so I guess if we were on the play, we actually wouldn't have lost this game, but oh well. We won the first game on the draw, so all we have to do is win the next game on the play. He's got another Whole New World, and that's going to do it. I am dead. All right, we're back for game 3 after the punt of the century in game number 2. Finally, we will be on the play for once. We're going to ink the Kita, the Hades, the Mufasa, and the Mother Gothel. Because we already had a Mother Gothel. This hand is not fantastic, but we are going to try hard not to make the same mistake we did last time. We just ink and pass. We have no turn 1 play. We often don't have a turn 1 play. He plays Chernabog's. We draw into a turn 1 play on turn 2, which is always kind of a kick in the balls. We're just going to get rid of it. And we're going to play one of our 2 Mother Gothels, and we're going to pass the turn. He is going to attack with the Chernabog's followers. And he does draw a card. I don't love that. I mean, I'm not going to trade my Mother Gothel for his Chernabog's followers, I don't think. But he has another Chernabog's followers, and he plays it. But he could add 2 there. I don't know. He is playing a combo deck, so I guess he wants to assemble his combo as fast as possible. We play the Doc on turn 3, and that sets us up for a turn 4 Mufasa on the play, which is very, very strong. And that's why Doc's in here. He's in here for the turn 4 Maui or Mufasa. When you're on the play, you're really looking for the Mufasa, and on the draw, you're really looking for the turn 4 Maui. The turn 4 Maui helps you sort of swing the game back in your favor when you're a turn behind. All right, he quests and draws again. We're going to get in there with Doc and play our turn 4 Mufasa, which he should struggle with. He should struggle to deal with. We're going to get in there with Mother Gothel. I don't really care if he trades. We just want to get the damage on. And I don't think he's going to be able to kill our Doc here. No, he plays a Merlin, so our Doc is safe. That means that we can Lady Tremaine. Unfortunately, he just sacks the Merlin and draws a card. But it's still a pretty big tempo pretty big tempo shift there. I mean, the tempo is already in my favor, but now it's just more so in my favor. Like, he spent a whole turn playing a Merlin, and he's gonna draw 2 cards. Pay 4, draw 2 cards. It's a worse friends on the other side, basically. So it doesn't feel good killing a Merlin with a Lady Tremaine, but it's still good in this scenario anyway, where his turn 4 was just playing Merlin and passing. Now he is really, really behind. He's got a bunch of cards, but he's half dead, so. And he's also the Whole New World deck. So, when you're the Whole New World deck, you don't really want a handful of cards versus an opponent who has no cards in the hand. Now, he's not like Steel Song, so the combo is a little different, where you're Whole New Worlding to gain lore. So it's not quite the same, but you still don't want to have 10 cards in your hand when you Whole New World, especially when your opponent only has 2. We draw Mufasa, which is great. And then we just quest out. So he basically has to find a way to kill me next turn. I don't know how he can do it. He can shift to Jafar, sing Whole New World, but I don't think he can come even close to 20 lore. Not that I know of. All right, so he plays a Yzma. He could just concede here, but I guess he would rather do whatever this is. He'll link a Cusco. And we're just waiting for him to realize that the game is over. But I guess he still doesn't get it. He's going to grab your swords. I still don't see what he can do to not lose here. He plays a Chernabog's followers. I give him the well played. But he's still hoping against hope that maybe I'll concede or disconnect, or he'll just suddenly have 6 ink to spend, or I don't know. All right, so he kills the Mufasa. 98% of our deck is a hit. That's a dock. So yeah, I'm just gonna spam emotes. And now I'm gonna play a Hades, because this is what I do when people just waste time. It's like I can waste time too. It doesn't bother me. So I'll play when not necessary. Anyway, that is the 3-game match. That was the second round of a 3-round paid money tournament. We ended up in the finals against Blue Red Tomato, and we lost. It was very uneventful. I didn't get my bare necessities. I didn't get my Mufasas. And he got his Fishbone Quill on turn 3 both games. And he got his Be Prepared on turn 5. And that was that. So, it's a bad matchup for me. And I didn't draw my answers in either game. So we ended up finishing second, but we got a little bit of money and can't complain. Anyway, thank you for watching.